Sweet. Aw, welcome everyone. Good morning.
Wait, Kristen, we gotta unmute you. Sorry, just 1 second.
Okay, I'm unmuted. Can you hear me? Yup. Okay. Welcome everyone. There'll probably be a few more people popping on, but welcome to our Monday morning Tropical Biohackers Zoom check-in question. We have an awesome guest today. I'm super excited. But before we get to that, I want to know who did the double dicky, the double carry dicky. So for those of you who were not on the 200 call, it was really fantastic, and she had some golden nuggets that if you guys want, we can share with you another time. But basically, I think you guys are all familiar with the 200 Club. That's having our personal volume of 200, just our personal order in the month. And I know that can be a little bit overwhelming, you know, for a new person, but it's just something that we want to eventually look forward to and think in terms of abundance versus lack. So that call was amazing. And then Sarah and Melody were able to share on Carrie Dickey's call this morning. So that was super amazing that they were invited to that call. And I just want to welcome, I see a couple brand new people on here that this is their first call. Hi, Lehua. And just welcome to the team. We're so happy that you guys are all here. And I just want to reiterate the fact that I know someone was saying that on a Marco Polo this morning that they were feeling a little bit overwhelmed by, you know, the WhatsApp groups and, you know, the Marco Polos, and just know that that is totally normal. We all, you know, we all feel overwhelmed. Even I feel overwhelmed at times, but just know that it's something, it's a process, and we learn as we go, and you know, you can get to it at your own time. But you know, when we first started, we really didn't have much, and so sometimes I wonder, is it better to have nothing or like too much? And so I actually think it's way better to have so much information that we can tap into, and just know that every single call is so different. Like today we have Dustin Rykert from corporate, who, you guys, he is so awesome, and he's going to bring something different to the call that is normally we usually have our distributors or, you know, a guest elite. So every call has a different perspective, and I feel like you're going to get something from each call and resonate, you know, from different things from different calls. So I just want to congratulate you guys for just being on the calls. And honestly, the ones that are plugging in are the ones that are usually having success. And I know that not everyone can jump on, but you know, listening to the recordings is so important. And so thank you guys for being here. And Dustin, okay, so you guys, this guy, like, first of all, I think he's like, I don't know, 6'8" or something. I don't know, he can tell us, is that right? Like he's tall, and he's like a big man, but you will see him from across the distance, like at events, like with this like radiating smile. Like you just feel so comfortable around this guy. Like you can tell that he was in events, and now we don't have events anymore, right? At this moment, because of the world's conditions. But so thankfully he's been transitioned to field development. But this guy he wants to take care of people, and you can feel that it's so genuine. And on one of our Marco Polos just before this call, Sky mentioned, like, yeah, he's the guy that dresses up in what is it called? The suits, you guys remind me, the elf suits, and goes to the hospitals. And is that true, Dustin? And like talks to the children. And like, seriously, like this guy has got a heart of gold. And I'm so thankful that you're here. And it's interesting. It's really cool, I think, to have the perspective of someone from corporate on the call versus just hearing from the distributors, because you know, you have a choice to work for Lifevantage. and you've been with 2 other companies before, and you said that, you know, you felt that Lifevantage was different, like right from the get-go. So we would love to hear, you know, just your story and how long you've been with the company and just, you know, your thoughts on it all. And so I would just love to pass it off to you, Dustin. And thank you so much for being here from Bora Bora.
You guys, I wish I was there. I wish I was there. But thank you so much for inviting me to the call. And yes, this has been a fun and interesting, you know, growth transition from the events and recognition to field development, where now I can really, you know, the only time I really got to interact with distributors was at, you know, by the time we got to the event or by the time we get to the EA. So I didn't get kind of the day-to-day interaction like I'm getting. I just, you know, get to reach out and check on distributors and see how everybody's doing and see if there's anything I can do to help, and, you know, and jump on calls like this. And but yeah, a little bit about my history. I grew up in Sacramento, California, came up here to Utah to play football at BYU, played at BYU, got drafted by the Raiders, went to Oakland for a little bit, and then traveled around playing arena ball for another about 4 or 5 years, and then had a wife, and then we had our second kid, and she was like, okay, we can't drag these kids around the country playing ball every weekend, making pennies. So it was time to get a real job. So 2006, I was working at Gold's Gym, just selling memberships. And this guy walked in, he's like, dude, you're ginormous. Why are you not doing security? And I was like, I mean, that's what I've done. I like through college, I did, you know, bar security and nightclub security and stuff like that. But he's like, no, I need you to come and do personal bodyguarding for our executives. And this is an MLM here in Utah. And these guys really like couldn't go from one, like an event to another, like a team meeting. They couldn't get through the hall without somebody really pushing them through people, because they were, you know, I think they thought they were more rock stars than they were, but that's another story. So I did that 2006 to 2008. 2008, their company took a nosedive and they let go half their workforce, and went to another company. Went over to Montevideo for a little bit, and started in security, and then moved into sales, and then moved into product development. And it just got to the point where, you know, a lot of people were getting laid off. The company wasn't doing good because they made some bad decisions at the top of opening countries the wrong way and doing things because they weren't a publicly traded company like Lifevantage, where there's board of directors that make sure that they're doing things, you know, above the board, and making sure that all the boxes are checked before you just go open a country. They rushed things and made some bad choices. And I got let go. I got laid off from there as well. And that hurt because, you know, I was on the road. I'd miss anniversaries, kids' birthdays, you know, a lot of things being on the road for this company. And all of a sudden it came to, we've got to save some money, so you're out. And that hurt. And so I was kind of burnt, and just said I was done. I wasn't going to do direct sales companies anymore, and went and did some other sales with another company for a little while. And Jeff Pincock, the director of the events and recognition, and I was over the red carpet program, came and just said, hey, we're going through a transition. They'd gone through some staff changes at Lifevantage, and said, you know, I think that your personality will help kind of the camaraderie and the, you know, the vibe at the office. And I really want you to, you know, help me with our events. I was like, he's like, just come to an event and check it out. It's different. The people are different, and the C-suite and the executives are different. And I was like, are they though? And so I went to Anaheim 2016, and we were there at the event, and I was kind of sitting in the back and just observing, just walking around and just looking and feeling the vibe of the room and seeing the types of people that were there and the conversations that we're having, and how everybody was so excited to see each other, right? Whether that, you know, I don't know if they were in the same, you know, downline or the, you know, same whatever, but the the love that was in the room. I mean, that is, I guess that was the only way to describe it. There was a genuine love for distributor to distributor, and from the staff to the distributors. Like, staff was really excited to see the distributors, and there wasn't the guy in the shiny suit, the get rich quick guy, and that was ever on stage. It was just good, wholesome, humble people that were in this business to A, help other people, but B, take our products and want to live a better, healthy lifestyle. And I thought, man, that's different than I'd ever seen. And I, even when I was with the other two companies, we'd go watch other people's conventions and go watch other, and nothing really felt the way that it felt in that room. And so 2016 is actually this month in July. I was like, yep, let's do this. And it's been one of the most rewarding and fulfilling jobs I've ever had. It's really, really fun to see your smiling faces at every time we have an event, but also taking the product myself and being able to, say our products are freaking awesome. I love taking them. They make me feel good. They make me feel better. And knowing that we're really, really helping people, with our legacy program, having the opportunity to go down to Mexico and help build houses and doing a lot of the service things that we do at our events. Every time, when we went to Kauai, we went to the school and helped rebuild that school and the park, and just leaving places better than when we leaving them better than when we got there. And just having that message and just sharing that, and just like I said, this has been an amazing company. I just want, like, from the corporate standpoint, from our staff and our executives, anytime they put together a promotion or put together an incentive trip, it's how can we make this the best experience, and how is this going to benefit our distributors? Obviously we're a business and we want to grow and have revenue, but they really are always looking out for what's best for the distributors and how can we best help them grow their business. And so I can't say enough about, especially the types of people that I work with, from corporate staff, but also the kind and the quality of people that I get to work with in the distributor field. So, Kristen, thank you so much for letting me come on and share my story and share, my experience, because I think if somebody comes in and they've had an experience with another direct sales marketing company, they just think everybody's the same, that just everybody at corporate's just trying to, do everything they can to just make money. And it's not that culture. It's really what's best for the distributors, what's best for the company as a whole. It's just really, really unique, I feel.
Aw, I thank you so much for sharing. And those of us who've been around for a little while, like, that is something that we hear over and over about how, because I've never been with another network marketing company, so I don't know, I don't have anything to compare it to, but for people that have, you just hear that so much that what our company is really, really unique in the way, like, the distributors and, we truly want to help people, and
Right.
in turn it helps ourselves. And, I've been with Lifevantage for 3 years now, but I've heard stories from Daisy and, some others that, our corporate staff, at one point was, not the best. And now, it's just like this, like, magic of, people combining their efforts. And I really feel like that's one of the reasons, it's like the top down, just why our company is excelling so well. Obviously our products are incredible, but I know that our corporate staff, including you, is just such top notch. And, we're the company that's being looked at.
Yeah.
And, just even Taylor Worry, for example, his father's Eric Worry, what he wouldn't just, I guarantee he could probably work for any company he wanted, and he's chosen to work with Lifevantage. And, I know that other people on corporate have been with other companies, and just, I know that what we have is so solid. So I'm so grateful. So someone asked, do you mind if we ask you a couple questions
Absolutely.
since we have you here?
I see the
Lonnie asked,
chat.
what's that?
I said, is there something in the chat, or is that?
Yeah, because you obviously have, this is a new position for you for field development, which I think it's perfect for you because, you know, you're such a, you know, people person. But what are you looking forward to in your new position?
You know, I've been on a lot of Zooms with Frank and Lauren, other people, other directors in the field development that are being able to go through and look at people's back offices and see where they're balanced and see where, okay, maybe if you made a phone call here and reached back out to this person, you know, obviously they were accepting at some point. What if we reached back out and got them back engaged, because we're doing a lot of, you know, cool things and maybe they don't know about it, since, you know, whatever the promotion is, or all those other things. There's a lot of amazing insight to just being able to go in and look at somebody's business and help them to grow. And if they're just on the verge of getting to a Pro 6, Pro 7, Pro 8, you know, and they just need that extra little push, you know, of someone just telling them, look, you got this, make a phone call, go out, you know, and put that little bit of extra effort in there to signing that one more person up, or encouraging somebody in your downline to increase their order to 200 PV is, you know, makes a huge difference. And then seeing that affect somebody's life and rank advance and the excitement behind that. I'm excited learning more on the business side and learning about, you know, how to help people grow their business and yeah, that's what I'm excited about.
Yeah, it's like a trickle effect, you know, like I hit Pro 7, then I get a phone call from you, and then here you are, and then now you're sharing to the team, and, you know, others are going to rank advance, and you'll be, you know, it's awesome. So
Yeah.
Kamaile, did you want to share about the community building outside of, is that what you were saying? Or were you asking? I saw your chat.
Yeah, it was just, I've been wanting to reach out, but I've definitely voluntold myself too many projects lately. But I loved hearing about the fact that you guys went in and actually helped locally on Kauai, and I didn't know if our company like actually published that, or if that was maybe before my time. But I wanted to also, you know, reach out to the legacy program to see if there's anything that we could do more on even giving back in different ways, like do we give back to, or starting programs where we gave back to like our farmers that actually provide for us, like here in Hawaii, you know, with agriculture being such a huge part of our cultural base, it really means a lot to us in order to be able to care for our farmers and our farming industry, you know. So that was basically, I was thrilled to hear that you guys reached out and did something for the local school.
Yeah, that was a really cool, because I was in kind of the pre-phase, so we had the opportunity to go to a couple different locations, and this was the one. It was the elementary school. Well, I don't want to mess up the name, but the one they teach the Hawaiian. They teach Hawaiian. They teach the Hawaiian culture. They teach the language of the Hawaii to the kids, because they're saying it's become almost kind of like a lost art amongst the new generation, that they're not teaching them that Hawaiian language and really the heritage of, you know, from the Hawaiian culture. So we chose to do that. We went in, renovated, cleaned out their park. You know, all their toys and stuff were falling apart, and the grass was overgrowing, and so we trimmed everything up and cleaned up, and went inside and painted all the classrooms and scrubbed them all clean, and redid the bathroom. Some of the plumbing in the bathroom was bad, and so it was actually a really, really cool experience. I think everybody came away from that. And then that night, it was probably 2 nights later, we did a luau, and the kids came and sang to the group and did a little piece. It was really, really cool.
Aw, that's so awesome. I know, I love hearing about the legacy projects. It's absolutely incredible what our company does for, you know, people in need. I don't know if anyone else has any other questions. I love the idea of supporting our farmers. I'm going to text some ideas. Awesome, Lonnie. Cool.
Yeah. Well, I
Thank you
appreciate you guys
so
letting me
much.
come on. Keep going, keep building. You
Yay.
awesome. It's the tropical, what's your group?
Tropical biohackers, the
Yeah.
ones that beat corporate at the water volleyball tournament. We will never let you
Oh my
forget
gosh.
that,
That
Dustin.
was very difficult to
Amazing. That was
accept.
amazing.
You guys whooped us.
That was in Cancun for those of you that weren't there. So yeah, you guys, we obviously do not have Vegas happening, but I just really want to reiterate the fact of the virtual convention that it's so important to hop on. Uh-oh. Sorry, there's some loud noises going on outside. Anyway, it's so important to, get enrolled in that and stay plugged in, because what Carrie Dickey said, if you rest, just like our cells, right? So just keep plugging in, and we can't thank you enough, Dustin. We're going to have Sarah share a little bit, but Dustin, if you have to go, please do what you got to do,
I
and
gotta go
thank you
clean up
so
a
much
mess.
for
I just
hopping
brought
on.
my daughter home. She's been at grandma's for a week, so I gotta go
Okay.
unload all of her stuff out of my truck.
Thank you. I know you were on a road trip today, so thank you so
Yeah.
much for popping in.
Thank
We really
you. It's so good
appreciate
to
it.
see everybody. I'll
So
give
good
it
to
a
see
virtual
you.
hug. Here you go, virtual hug. Good to see you.
Aw, my gosh. You guys, he's like the biggest teddy bear ever. So Sarah, she just wanted to share a little bit. She was able to share on our Carrie call, and this morning she was invited to Carrie's call because, her story is very powerful, and it really just goes to show that, people say that they don't have time. That's one of our, biggest things that people say. But Sarah, she's a full-time teacher, and she was able to build this business in the nooks and crannies. And she's proof that that can work, if you're intentional with your time. And so I would just love to pass it up to you, Sarah, to just share a little bit more and share. And you guys have maybe heard it, before, but it's still so powerful. And we just, I want to end it with you and hearing your powerful story and what you have to share. So thanks, Sarah.
Thank you. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear the grinding in the background, the power tool? So I'm actually literally right now, there is no kitchen in my house. There is all of my kitchen. If you guys can see this, my entire kitchen is out in my lanai. I have no kitchen, and as soon as this call is over, I'm going to my new classroom because I'm going to be teaching kindergarten this year, for those of you that don't know that. So those of you that don't know me well, or have maybe just seen me on here, my name is Sarah Redican, and thank you, Sarah. I will absolutely come cook in your kitchen sometime this week. Don't offer me that because I'm coming over. I've already come into Kamili's house and Katie's house, and I'm going everywhere. So anybody who wants any company this week, just let me know. I can try to social distance during that time, but we're accepting offers. So I started this, with Katie and Kristen about 3.5 years ago, and my intention was never to I didn't think that I could turn this into a business that would actually let me retire from teaching. I just was like, what are we doing? Let's just share it. The products are amazing. We'll just keep talking about it. We won't stop. We'll listen to what they say. They just say, keep doing it, and we'll just keep doing it. But like never in a million years did I actually think that continuing to just spend time with people and talk to people and share information with people and support people and come up with new ideas and be inspiring and be inspired. And I didn't know that all of these little footsteps and all these little different paths with all these different people would come together to change so many people's lives. And you really don't know the power of just one invite, like one person saying yes can lead to hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of other people. and just never underestimating the power of that one yes. You know, like you say, oh, I don't want to ask that person, like what if they think this, or oh, I just don't have time to ask that person, I got this to do and that to do. And it's like, we can sit here and just say all day long, like, I don't have time for that, I don't have time for that, I don't have time for that. But I can tell you that I teach full time. My husband we run his art business from our home. I have 2 little kids, an 8-year-old and a now 5-year-old. We don't have a lot of money. We live paycheck to paycheck, you know, and I don't have a lot of time, because you'll find out starting today, this is probably the last Monday call I'll be on, because we have other responsibilities. We all do. You know, most human beings that live in this world have a shit ton of responsibility, and it's just the way life is. And so, you know, I think Sarah McDermott says the best, you cannot make money and excuses at the same time. And for a long time, a lot of us, me included, have just been like, I am too busy, I have too much going on, I can't show up to that thing, I can't make that one call, I didn't follow up, I've got too much doing this and that and the other. And I'm just here to tell you that stop making excuses and just do it, because even a little bit every day, 6 months from now, a year from now, 3 years from now, will look completely different than if you don't. And I am living proof of that in 2 ways, right? And I'll be totally vulnerable with you guys here. You guys all know that I'm a Pro 4 with Pro 7 volume, right? We've got Kristen, we've got, you know, all the Pro 5s, and, you know, this whole team is full of people on their way to the elite ranks. And for a long time, I used the excuse, like, I'm just too busy working with the team, like, I'm supporting the team, it's good, I'm good, you know. And like, even at our meeting, our Tropical Biohackers, you know, event that we had last week, I said to everybody, I'm so happy, like, you know, even though I'm Pro 4, I'm making all this money, I'm actually covering my mortgage, which is true, and mortgages in Hawaii are insane, those of you that don't live here. And it's all true. And I'm making more money now than I've ever made in my entire life with a master's in teaching, ever. I'm making double my salary now, because I've got my salary and I've got my Lifevantage, right? But do you know how much money I could be making if I would have stopped making excuses 2 years ago, and stopped making the excuse of, well, I'm just supporting the team and I just don't have time and it's okay. And then in my own head being like, well, what if they say no? And I don't really know if this is real, and oh, it's network marketing, and like totally what Kristen says, the fear in your own head. So am I so proud of myself and so ecstatic with where I am now? And am I in the best position I've ever been in financially my entire life? Yes. Have I also made so many excuses that I've stood in my own way of being even bigger and stronger and earning more and getting more and ranking up in all of those things? Absolutely. Even now, you know, even now, Daisy calls me yesterday. She's like, did you do your 1 invite a day? I know you're doing your kitchen. I know you've got going back to school. I know you're doing that 1 invite a day, 1 invite, 1 follow-up, you know? And it's like, sorry, I feel like I'm yelling. I'm not trying to yell, but she was yelling at me actually. But it's really true. Don't stop. Don't settle. Know you're destined for bigger, bolder, greater things, and know that there's hundreds of thousands of people in your life and in your friends' lives and in their friends' lives and in their friends' lives that are struggling physically right now, that can't move because their inflammation is so high, that can't move their bowels because they've got so many problems with their gut, that their children can't focus in their classroom or focus with them, that just, they need us. They need this. And through that, you can change so many people's lives financially with so much integrity. It's just unbelievable. So I wanted to just kind of give you guys a little like, yes, I'm here and I am so present and so available for so many of you. And you know, you can always reach out and ask for anything. But I know we all do it. Don't even pretend like you don't click on that participants thing and see who's on the calls every single time, right? We all do that. Is my distributor on the call? Is my prospect on the call? Is my upline on the call? And so I just want you to know that I'm here, and I may or may not be here on all the calls because I need to honor my job as a teacher, and I need to be present with my students during that time. But you better believe I'll get back to those text messages every recess chance I get and every opportunity I get to be on the Marco Polos and every time I can get on a Zoom. So just know that I'm here. I'm not saying goodbye. I am not taking time off intentionally. I'm here. I'm present. I'm listening. I'm learning alongside of all of you. But I just wanted you all to know that I am going back to the classroom, and it is happening and it is starting. And I just love all of you. And I don't know if any of you were on the call this morning, but I really meant what I said. She asked, what is your one, nugget? What do you think has helped you get to where you are? What has been the biggest thing for you? And the truth is, it's our team. Like I wake up in the morning and I'm excited to look at my phone to see if anybody's done anything or said anything or made a funny joke or sent a funny meme or, it's like our team is what lifts me up. And so, I know it's easy to get overwhelmed with the WhatsApps and all of those things, but don't let it overwhelm you. Let it inspire you. Be like, oh my gosh, look at all the talk that's going on, all the chatter. I don't want to miss it. Oh my gosh, what if I miss an announcement? Or what if I miss a new event or whatever it is? Like, get excited by it. Don't let it overwhelm you. Take control of your business. Know that every little thing that you read on there is going to help you grow and help you learn, and just do it. Hikino, can do. That's our thing at Aikahi this year. Hikino, Aikahi, we can do this. So Hikino, Tropical Biohackers, you got this. Power through. And I love all of you, and I'll be around. And
Sarah, you rock. We would not be here without you. I would not be here without you. And girl, you need to get to be an elite because you need to be on that stage preaching. Like, you were born for it. Like, absolutely. You are so inspiring. Look at everyone nodding. Like, seriously, like that is just who you are. Like, you are born to inspire and lead. And thank you so much for being here. And it's going to be, it happened to be COVID and you had some time, but it's just going to be the way it was for a while. And we know you're going to be Marco Poloing during those recesses. So, but anyway, thank you guys all for hopping on, and please, please, please jump on the 2:00 call. I know Mondays has 2 trainings, but the 2:00 call is Team Global Aloha. For those of you that are brand new, that is everyone on Daisy's team. So it's, the bigger team. And today we have Charlotte Venter, who is a Pro 9. And you guys, she's so inspiring, and she's going to be talking about something really important. I'm not going to give it away, but it's really, really important to hop on. And if you can't actually get on, please listen to the recording. And then we have something to plug into every day. We have 2 Zooms tomorrow, opportunity, heart to heart. This one's going to be amazing. Jenny Crane's going to tie the bow at the end. If you guys don't know Jenny Crane, she's a Pro 8 and she's a wellness warrior and extremely inspiring. Thursday, Kamaile's call, which if you want to get into the nitty gritty of the product, and another call by Daisy on Friday. So she made me cry at convention. So good, Charlotte. You guys, she's like literally got the purest heart, and she's so inspiring. And that Australian accent, you just like can't get enough of. So anyway, thanks for hopping on, guys. Have a wonderful Monday, and we'll see those of you that can get on at 2. We'll see you at 2. Oh, and Tuesday, the caregivers call. Yes. Susan and Jamie are hosting a caregivers call that was posted on Tropical Biohackers. 2 caregivers are going to be sharing, and I think Susan's going to be sharing as well, and it's going to be very, very powerful. And she invited everyone to that. So I think that's it. Is that at 9 a.m. tomorrow, Susan?
Yes, it's at 9 a.m. and Lonnie Almanza, who's here on this call, is going to be one of the people leading the call, as well as Alana Lynn out of San Diego. And their stories are super powerful. So please join us for that.
Awesome. Cool. Sorry, I forgot about that one. All right, team. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you later and lots this week. Okay. Aloha.
All right. Bye.